Tom checked into the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee. He would meet a few business partners and clients over the next few days, and the hotel was in a good location to their offices. He wanted to take his time, get some sleep, a luxury for most of his trips. But the Pfister Hotel's ghostly residents had other plans. You're listening to Ghostly Activities. I'm your guide, Jacob Rice, and this is Milwaukee Ghost Story. Tom checked in and headed to his room on the 17th floor. It was January and the hotel wasn't very busy. Tom didn't count more than a few guests in the lobby and restaurant. He was alone in the elevator and the hallway to his room was empty. The entire hotel was still. After receiving his bags from the bellhop, he took out his clothes for the next day and placed them on the bench at the foot of his bed. Then he put his top kit in the bathroom and turned on the TV to watch college basketball. Now settled, he ordered room service. Tom said, "My first call to room service disconnected. There was this crazy static on the line, so I thought it was just the old lines in the hotel. The second time I tried, I got through, but the call would cut out every few seconds. It cleared up after I repeated my order 3 times." This was his first day at the hotel, and while static on a phone line is an annoyance, it wasn't the weirdest thing to happen. He continued, 10 minutes after I ordered a late-night dinner, I heard knocks on my door. Just 3 taps. I thought it was the server bringing my food, but she told me it would take 30 minutes, so I was a little surprised that it would be ready this soon. When he opened the door, no one was there. He looked both ways down the hall, and the whole place was empty. He thought another guest may have kids and they were playing a game. When the server arrived, he asked if she had seen anyone in the halls tonight. She told him there were 4 guests on the floor, including him, but there were no children staying on the 17th floor. After the game ended, he decided to get ready for bed. It was now 11 p.m. He set his phone alarm to go off at 7 a.m. and pulled back the covers. He clicked the off button on the remote control, and as the TV screen faded to black, he saw the silhouette of a man reflected in it. I thought it was just the burn-in from one of the game's broadcasters, but the figure wore a hat, like a Tyrolean hat. One of those German hats with a little feather on the side, he said. He shook his head to wake himself up. He had flown in from Phoenix with a long layover in Minneapolis, and he thought fatigue made him see things that weren't there. As he entered the bathroom, he found his dop kit on the floor. The contents opened and scattered across it. Tom said, "At this point, I got a little scared. I hadn't left the room and my dop kit was zipped shut. I may have been sleepy, but I would have noticed someone come in." After brushing his teeth, he got into bed. It was now 11:30 p.m. when he checked his alarm settings again. He also set the digital alarm clock on the table next to him. Tom told Ghostly Activities that he had a troublesome sleep. He felt a pressure on his chest and couldn't breathe well. It seemed like sleep apnea, but he never had it before. He also turned up the heat a few times. The thermostat read 70 degrees, but it felt much colder, even under the covers. He thought there could be a mechanical problem and made a note to tell the hotel about it the next day. It was now about 2:15 a.m. Again, he had a restless sleep, tossing and turning and feeling colder. He remembered rolling over and hearing a deep laugh. He reached for his phone to check the time, but the digital display showed blinking zeros. He looked at the digital alarm clock, and it was dead, as if the power had gone out. He sat up and turned toward a shadow that manifested at the foot of his bed. His clothes flew off the bench and hit him in the face. Then something pushed down on his shoulders, knocking him back in bed. The shadow laughed again. He laid pinned to the bed for a few more seconds, but managed to get free. He flung his crumpled clothes to the floor and ran toward the door. It wouldn't open. I just murmured to myself that I was going to get the fuck out of this place. And as he did, the power returned and the room felt warmer. It was now 3:33 a.m. Tom went downstairs and said there was a problem with the room's heat. The front desk manager switched him to a different room. and he remained at the Pfister Hotel without another ghostly incident. The Pfister Hotel is a well-known haunted place in Milwaukee. In 2011, Travelocity named it as one of the most haunted hotels in the U.S.